Today is 1,581. That's how many consecutive days I documented my life in video form. Every single day. Let me put this in perspective for you. COVID shut down the world on day 72 of this project. The day we signed each other's yearbooks in high school was day 533. Thank you, Matt, for that. Last year for my 20th birthday, I put day 1,215 in the thumbnail, and today is day 1,581 and also the 5th of my annual birthday videos. Today I turned 21 and I want to talk about how I feel during junior year, which concludes 1 week after this video goes live. Make yourself at home, ignore the dirty plate on my desk, and let me start with how
sometimes I feel like I lead an emotionally complex life, and then the sun comes out and I'm happy. So functionally, I'm no different than a big leaf.
Beautiful.
A couple months ago, I said, this might be just the freest period I have in my life before I become a full adult, but I'm really happiest when I'm working on videos. And after listening to that, I don't know, 24 times while editing it, it really stuck to me that I need to take my own advice. And I grew my channel from 25,000 to 100,000 subscribers in the last 5 weeks. All of this after my channel's been bleeding subs for the last 3 years. And it's still something I actively enjoy. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be pushing so hard to get this birthday video out on time. I like the fact that in the last year, I've been more consistently creative rather than waiting for a certain spark of motivation. Now more than ever, it feels like this is the right thing to be putting my time into. But I'm not trying to make it seem like everything's perfect. Something I've been struggling with lately is I kind of created my own self-FOMO that I didn't have enough photos or videos to represent the end of this semester. Well, how do I make a good video about something if I don't have any clips of it? But I realized the reason I may not have a ton of clips is because I'm too busy actually living my life to record it. One video here, one video there. One little clip is my minimum, and it doesn't need to be enough to make a YouTube video about it. I've had friends tell me, oh, do the daily vlog. You have so much footage, why don't you do this with it? And while thank you for the ideas, it's not the purpose of this. I don't feel the need to post a video of everything I've ever recorded. Maybe I'll do a week of daily vlogs on my shorts, but I'm already posting 1 to 2 times there, and that's more than enough for me. But trust me with 100% honesty that I would still be making these videos whether I have 10,000 people watching or 10. In fact, the solar eclipse video that I just posted is the best performing video I've had in years. And despite that, I was still uploading when just a month prior, my videos were getting 80 to 90 views in a month. Recently, I've been more present than I have been in the past. I just don't have the evidence to prove it. And that might sound like something that comes from a very social media poisoned brain. And you'd be right. I know as the year progresses it feels like it gets faster, but I really just hyper-focused on videos for a couple months and now I'm 21. How did that even? Every year of college so far has had a distinct theme to it. In fact, this goes back even before college when I made my first birthday video in high school. But if you go through all my birthday videos, you can find these little mental checkpoints of things I learned throughout the years. Things can go pretty fast, and sometimes you could blink before you even realize it happens. This year, I say do one thing every day that excites you. This year, well, I learned that trying new things never goes underlooked. This year, I say the best way to happiness is by trying things that you don't expect to give you joy, and accepting the fact that people are going to have a different perception on you based on when and where you meet them. This year, I think the theme is making sure that your actions are aligned with your goals, and if they're not, check yourself. I say this in terms of YouTube goals, mental and physical health, relationships, academics, career, pretty much everything at my age. I'm constantly readjusting for the results I want to see in my life, but the journey on how to get there is consistently changing. And it's also super stressful, but it keeps my days constantly interesting. And even though I haven't graduated from college yet, I hope that this isn't just a phase. Oh, what's that? Life after college sucks. Wait, life gets even better after you graduate college? Well, one of those has to be correct, so subscribe to find out, because I graduate 1 year from now and I'm gonna be filming every day of my life until then and beyond. Oh no, you're a human with emotions, and now that I'm turning 21, I'm getting a lot of sentimental feelings. It's my first time being alive. Cut me some slack, alright? In the next year, it seems like my challenge is trying to balance my sanity with something that I'm literally getting paid to do. I love doing it, but a lot of screen time is a lot of screen time, and that's admittedly not a boundary I've set for myself lately. One thing that was a wake-up call for me was that when I was looking through my hard drive of all the videos I took from this semester, a lot of them were taken in this room. I was editing videos for my university, trying to get my shorts off the ground, make longer videos, and I was so honed in on my work that time really just flew by. And on top of that, an 18 credit semester. And I don't regret this at all because the last 8 years that I've worked on this channel has led me to all of my explosive growth in the last few weeks. I always said that I never wanted YouTube to be a job for me, and I'm not sure if that was me coping with the fact that I was averaging -2 subs a day, or if I stopped caring because this channel became my creative outlet. I'm just really appreciative that year after year people are still watching these silly little birthday videos that I put out, this being number 5. After every New Year's Eve party and every annual birthday video, I wondered if it was finally going to be the year that I hit 100,000 subscribers. Coming into 2024, I knew this was going to be the year, and I told myself I would do anything it takes. But more about that in my 100,000 special. I just wish I put my friends in my videos a little more this semester because I became an introverted little hermit, which helped with my workflow. But I think one way I show my friends how much they mean to me is by including them in the fun little segments of my videos. So hopefully more of that in the future. But for now, I just wanted to acknowledge all that in my 2024 time capsule. If you're watching this beyond 2024, congrats. You're the reason this video exists. Come to think of it, over the course of 10 years, these videos are probably gonna change a lot, from me talking to the camera to me talking about my experiences for the day to actually recording the experiences. I'm only gonna be this young once, so after 10 years I'll look back at this and just want to put on record that day 2 out of 3,653. I make these mini films which became the backbone of my channel, and I think it's fun to make public time capsules. And so starting this project is how I stayed present in 2020. That still keeps me in check today, 4 years later. And it's evolved from me filming everything to me becoming more mindful about when to film and when to be fully present. For example, at a concert, instead of holding up my phone like this to record and have my phone take up a quarter of my view, I started a voice memo and I put my phone back in my pocket. Concert videos take way too much space, you're never gonna rewatch them, and there's a good chance that there's a higher quality version of it somewhere on YouTube. But having the voice memos of being able to repeat my favorite song live, I guess I was being present while archiving, and obsessive, yeah, but that version, that MP3 file that I have on my phone or my hard drive, that was my unique experience, my live performance, and I didn't have to go like this and watch the entire concert through my phone to get it. So it's not the craziest thing of all time, but am I a genius? Okay, pause. I'm editing this video right now, and I'm realizing I'm a bit of a hypocrite because sometimes at concerts, if I want to record videos, it's 10-20 seconds at a time. I don't like being that person who's holding up their phone for a half hour and not only blocking the view of the person behind you or next to you, but looking at the entire concert that you paid to see through a screen. But once in a while, I'll just kind of hold my phone like this. You know, I'll get the point of view of me watching. I'm nodding my head like there's actual music playing. But yeah, I just wanted to include this little snippet because I literally have live streams on my channel. So yeah, anyways, I watched a video when I was 10 years old that really stuck with me throughout the years. It was a video of 100 people ages 90 to 100 where they asked what their biggest regret was. And it really sums up to, I wish I did what I wanted, I wish I embraced my feelings, and I wish I kept in touch with people. So I guess this project is how I stay mindful of those things as I get older, and this birthday video is yet another one of those little checkpoints. I don't have to share them, but I make them, and I feel like they're the type of video that I would want to watch. I don't really know what I'm doing at this angle, I just thought it would be a change of pace. I've been doing this for 5 years now. Well, 8 on this channel, but 5 years actually working at it. And again, if I wasn't uploading them, I promise I'd still be making them. I've actually always been making them. In one way or another, I've always filmed and captured how I felt within a certain time period. My iPod Touch filmed some of my first YouTube videos. My parents' camcorder has some of the earliest video of me operating a camera. And I guess now that I'm older, I'm just doing more of it. And it feels really good to have something so consistent as a hobby. Not to mention the new lowest barrier to entry that there ever has been. It's really underappreciated to realize that we have the amount of tools that we do between devices and softwares to be making these videos. Sure, a lower barrier to entry might come with some low quality videos. You're gonna find those random videos of 5-year-olds posting on their mom's phone, but to me it feels good to just make something. It's also why one of my worst videos has almost 800,000 views. because the barrier to entry was so low that at the age of 14, I would create a video that would haunt me for years to come. What I'm about to say is something that I wish I would have heard last year, but no matter what, keep your inner child alive. And I know that's so cliche and cheesy and sentimental, but the desire to explore the world around me physically and digitally is a fire that I'm trying to rekindle. My younger self was full of wonder and creativity, which may or may not have been suppressed over anxiety and self-doubt over the years. Or maybe it's the fear of the real world or outgrowing my interests. But the one interest I never outgrew was making videos. I think making videos and including my friends is a way that I bring back little Mikey sometimes. It's the one thing that has been consistent since my childhood, is making these goofy little internet videos. Or back then, home videos, I guess. And by home videos, I mean I just picked up a camcorder and ran away from my parents. I don't know, I just filmed everything. I know more now than I did then, and I'm sure I'm gonna be saying the same thing in my next year's birthday video. In fact, this feels like something I probably said last year. Oh, it is, okay. For me, it's not about the numbers, and it's not about trying to get anyone's approval or validation. I genuinely just enjoy making videos. At the end of the day, if I either spent time filming or editing, it always feels happily productive, no matter what the return is. It's always satisfying, and it just makes me feel good, okay? I don't know why I'm trying to justify this. I want to just help people, whether it's my cliche storytelling with these children's storybook-like lessons, or if it's in other ways. I just feel good about the future. And I think if the 2020 version of me making my birthday video when I was turning 17 could see my video now when I turned 21, he'd be proud, but not in the ways that he would have expected back then. And I'm saying he as if it's not me, but then I say me back then as him. I'm just talking too much. Someone's gotta stop me. You know, if I open a video that I made years ago at this point, I really enjoy watching them. Especially knowing what I know now in terms of this project and getting older. At the time, it wasn't a time capsule or anything special. It was me living in the moment and trying to make a video out of it, capturing some kind of story or snapshot. Nobody understood what those videos meant at the time. I was speaking to the future, which is right now. With this daily documentation project, I am constantly years ahead mentally, but also obviously physically living in present time, which by the time you see this on my channel will have been the past. One super notable difference between this year and previous years is I'm getting a grip of what I want my channel image to look like. Shorts help me with discovery, quantity, and consistency, and my long form videos have minimal branding and help me build up archives in this ongoing story. 3 years ago, my thumbnails looked like this. Today, a lot of them are starting to look like this, and I hope I left enough space for you to see just how loud these are and how much quieter I'm trying to be now. And go for a more laid back image rather than something that's begging for clicks, which I've done in the past, and oh my god, it makes me feel so self-conscious. Honestly, that was the most embarrassing period of my YouTube journey. When I was making thumbnails that were very bright and saturation turned all the way up and Mr. Beast like, whoa! I absolutely hated that, and it didn't work either. It did work. Was it worth it? Absolutely not. I was so unhappy. That was something that I was learning how to do and figuring out how to make thumbnails that didn't look as bad as the bottom of your shoe. When I started this project, I realized that I was growing up online, literally and figuratively in each of these videos, and that's a scary thing to do publicly. But I'm far from the first, far from the last, and did it voluntarily, so I don't really know what I'm complaining about. I'm of the belief that world building is something you do in your mind and is flexible. Your worldview is something you can control. In character bias, yeah. Manifestation, sure, maybe that's a word for it actually. But look what I'm doing in these videos. I'm taking parts of my life, little segments of my ideas, and I'm making them into some condensed version of how I'd like to remember that period of time. That is pretty close to the definition of world building, is it not? I'll put it right there. If it's not, that's actually embarrassing, but I'm willing to bet on it. And so I'd like to think that by some extreme self-centered means, if you're watching this video, you're part of my world and I'm a part of yours. So all of that just to say, things are changing pretty fast for me. I'm becoming an adult instead of a goofy teenager, still making videos in his room, which is weird, but also like wildly exciting. I'm graduating in a year, I'm an actual adult now. I want it to be as sappy or sentimental as I was last year. It's a lot of work to capture a year's worth of growth in one annual video that usually I don't even have enough time to do because of finals. Plus, these birthday videos have gotten more elaborate. I'm sure this one's gonna be the longest one I've ever posted. So I just wanted to slow down time a little bit and show how much this project means to me. But I'm not even gonna have time to edit that much of it, so what you're seeing is what you get. But I'm sure I'll look back on this video just as I do the ones I posted months and years ago. Until then, today is day 1581 of filming every day of my life. It's raining, so I have to go, but if you wanna see my birthday videos from the last 2 years, they're gonna be on the screen. And I'll see you next year when I turn 22 on day 1946 of filming every day of my life.